Oh, Gutterflies, y'all are about to be abandoned once again if you're not basically already. Okay, because Paris, Michael Anthony allegedly, is starting to do these same things that he did when he was pillow talking on the phone with Keisha the first time behind y'all's back and y'all didn't know. And which are, let's see, making up certain ailments or reasons as to why they couldn't film or something. The last time he left you for 3 weeks saying, oh, finally, just as an afterthought, oh, family problems, but it was on the phone with Keisha. Now it's saying, it's like, oh, I can't go live because, something's wrong with my throat. I don't feel so good, or blah, 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 and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Another thing is, it's not going as hard on Keisha as it used to go, as it ordinarily would go. Because she's not like, oh, they're stupid, blah, 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 blah. You saw how horribly mad he was when he figured out Keisha wasn't going to have nothing to do with him. And that video that he made, oh my gosh, it was crazy. So now lately it's just been kind of dry or whatever. He's been finding reasons not to do all that. So like even with that video where, I think Keisha's cheating on Jeremy. I don't know. Maybe she planned, they had like a few digs in there, but not like the, this sucks, all that old craziness that it does. And so even after that, it's been trying to talk about other stuff. Like, you know why people are here. Don't nobody want to see your Sephora haul. Like, you know why you're here, Paris. You know why you're here, sir. Like, they're not interested in your life. Nobody in your life is interested in your life. If they were, you wouldn't be this lonely to where you have fixated on some girl however many miles away from you and been stalking her for years. Like, you have no life. So no Sephora hauls. But anyway. So it did a Sephora haul. Of course, they got like 3,000 views or whatever. And so last night it did a video and was like, I don't know if I'm going to delete this or not. It was just like, just to basically give y'all more excuses, just to come on there and be like, I can't let y'all see my face because I have a sore throat, which I don't know what that has to do with your face, but whatever. I wouldn't want to see my face anyway. But anyway, so it was like, I just, I'm going to give y'all a live if I feel better, sounds like that's a stall tactic to me. Then they also said something to the tune of, they kind of didn't want to talk about Keisha last night. And they always want to talk about Keisha. That's their number one thing, So it said, well, I've been getting all of this, and quietly said it, all of this Keisha tea. But, I think, they're just trying to set me up. I think it's just planted. I'm just sitting on all this tea. But it wasn't reluctant. It wasn't like jumping for joy, how it usually does when it's talking about Keisha. It wanted to talk about everything but Keisha, George Chauvin, everything else. And that's what it did the last time, where it was secretly on the phone with Keisha. So either he's secretly on the phone with Keisha or he's planning to secretly be on the phone with Keisha, because he's starting to do the little, slowing down of, dissing her, might throw a few jabs here and there, but none of that. It wants to talk about other things. But it was so gung-ho after Keisha kicked him out of his life and still allowed D to do all kind of receipts. It was just, it ran back to y'all crazy Gutterflies with open arms and was just talking about it. Just, like that. So that's what's going on. So Keisha. So if that thing has not contacted you already, do not take that call. Don't take the call, sweetie. Do not do that to yourself. There is no agreements or no situation that it will actually honor. You will not win in that situation. Did you win in it the last time? No, you cannot control D. That's another thing. So D, Mink Mob D, hey girl, she's been saying, well, you know what, this is just too toxic. I don't feel like doing this anymore. So that could very well be that this thing has made some agreement that is not going to honor again with Keisha, and told Keisha, well, you got to stop D from talking about me. And Keisha, not knowing no better, I'm saying, like, hey, stop talking about Jeepers Creepers. Can you, just stop talking about it or whatever. But honey, whatever arrangement that you have made, they will not honor it. You will not be controlling this thing. You don't have the chops for that. You don't speak psycho. I speak psycho, so I know what haunts you. I've had too many like exes and female BFFs and close friends that I have discarded out of my life without even telling them nothing, and just made them crazy. Like, have made them go through stalkerific, crazy stuff or whatever, like what you're going through now. So that's how I've had so many of them to where I know how to control them. I've had so many people obsessed with me. So I'm not, trying to toot my own horn, but no, it's serious. It's real sick. So I know how to control them. You don't have the chops for that. You're a nice, sweet, very green country girl from Georgia. You know what I mean? And she's a psycho that's been a psycho all of her life, that obsesses over people and just doesn't want to, so psycho, don't want to live in their own skin, hates their skin tone. So no, you will not be controlling this thing. You're not going to be like, well, let me be nice so it can do something to Ashley, or so it could do my bidding, so it could be on my side and start making videos in my favor to get rid of all these people. That it's not going to honor nothing that you do. You know what I'm saying? Or even still, let's say you do try to become some type of friends with it or something like that. There's a reason why nobody likes this thing. It's a reason why it's clinging to strangers like Hazel that they just met. Nobody wants nothing to do with this thing. It's a reason why it sits on the internet and does whatever. It is crazy. So somebody said, a man once said, and this is a man in a bad profession. I don't know if I can say this out loud, but you know how they say blanks up and HOEs down? Okay, he's the blank up or whatever. I don't know if I can say that or not. I can say ho, but I don't know if I can say whatever. Anyway, so one simp or whatever, he said the reason why they treat their girls the way that they do, it was like because there's something about the closer that you let them get to God, calling themselves gods, the closer you let them get to God themselves, the more they'll see that you're not God. So don't let them get that close. So don't let this thing get that close to you. Let it stay in the admiration phase. You know what I'm saying? Because that admiration, once it keeps getting close to you and keep whatever, it's gonna turn into jealousy, and it's gonna turn into other stuff. It's gonna see that, I've been obsessed with this girl for years. I see she's not really God. So then it's gonna start betraying you and started doing all kind of other stuff. There's no reason why you need Jeepers Creepers Harley in your life. There's nothing that you need. You're not, like I said, I'll say it again. You don't have you don't have the chops to control it or try to get any type of deal or try to make it useful in any way. You don't need it as companionship, because at the same time, like, why would you want to have anything to do with a bitch that's basically been dogging you out for like 40 something videos and calling you all these stupid bitches and talking about your hair? Like, Paris is the wind beneath a lot of these new trolls' wings. This thing got a whole community of trolls to attack you and to do all this other stuff. You need to undo what's going on. You need to undo all this craziness with your channel. Ignore all these dumb trolls. Definitely ignore Paris. So like I said, anything that you have agreed to with her, if you have talked to her, it's whatever. And then you hitting this girl up while you're on vacation, okay? Now, I will never say anything that'll make you look stupid, but I'm a good judge of character. I just know things, okay? So I know why you hit this girl up way while you're on vacation, okay? So think about the reason. No, that's not the reason. Now, listen to what I gotta say. Turn the camera off and search your heart of hearts and think of the reason. Like, seriously, as if nobody's there and nobody knows no better, and think of that reason. Yeah, that's the reason. And have you lost your fucking mind? Like, have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? Absolutely not. Okay? So, I mean, another thing, okay. Forget what I was about to say with that. Another thing, is this worth it? Like, is Jeremy worth all this? I'll ask you. I know you love him. I know you're in love with him. But just ask yourself: Is it worth it? Like, is he worth it? Like, is it the peen? Like, do he got good peen? Do I have to call Hazel and ask her? Because I'm like, So, like, with your brand, okay? Okay, I'll ask you this. So, what do you think would happen if Paris Harley or somebody likes her would make 40, they wouldn't even get to 40, but would make the same videos about you that they make it about the Glam Twins in the same manner, talking about their hair, like, oh, that dumb bitch. What do you think will happen if, Paris makes something like that about the Glam Twins? Okay. What do you think will happen if Paris makes a video or several videos about, let's say, Nitra B? You know what I'm saying? If you're not familiar with them, y'all go look them up or whatever. They're real positive girls. You know, they got a good, nice fan base. What do you think would happen? The same exact thing that happened to Paris 3 or 4 years ago when you first met Jeremy, when she made one video talking about you like a dog. They're going to attack her and they're going to get rid of her. Like, they're going to get rid of her. But because you have allowed this into your brand, it's flopping because of that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, she's not 100% to blame because, like, okay, this. So what do you think it would happen to the Glam Twins brand if, like, let's say you and Jeremy break up and he gets with one of the Glam Twins, he gets with Kelsey Morrell? What do you think is going to happen? Okay, what do you think will happen if Nitra B's husband, Colton, goes off and gets Ashley pregnant? What do you think will happen with that? Okay. It's going to flop their channel as well. They're going to start getting parasites of their own and parasites of their own, and all of this is going to happen. So the reason why you're going through all this craziness is because of this trash that you have let. I'm not calling him trash, but I'm saying the trash that you've let into your brand. You're supposed to be doing the same thing that Nitra B and the Glam Twins are doing. Their channel is basically Unblemished. You're not going to type in their name and some Jeepers Creepers looking troll going to pop up or whatever. You know what I mean? It's good. And they have several brand deals that are very lucrative. Like, they live in like mansions and stuff like that. But as soon as you attach yourself to Jeremy, it's just been going downhill. And so all these trolls have popped up, and every day it's a different troll. And you can rank higher on YouTube if you're a Keesha Kaylee troll as opposed to be a Keesha Kaylee supporter. You know what I mean? So you just have to ask yourself, is he really worth all that? Like, I mean, like, is he really worth it? And it's going to only get worse. Like, that whole thing with Shanita. Shanita is going to, and child, wait till I make a video on her. But Shanita is going to keep with the craziness. Like, how is she still this mad about you years later? I don't even remember what you did to her. You know what I'm saying? How is it that you can't control him, get him to control his sister? Like, she is one of the starts of tearing down a brand that feeds her nieces and nephews. And you can't just say, yo, like, this feeds us. It feeds her too if she's really monetized or people watch that, because I don't watch it. You know what I mean? So it's just weird. So I guess seeing people like Shanita that's in the same family or whatever do this to you, I guess it made other people be like, oh yeah, well, let's jump on the bandwagon. Let's do all this and blah, 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 blah. I don't think Naja's people did this. So she's doing all that. They got a whole hate group going on with you. And like I said, it's an infection. It's spreading. More trolls are just coming. They got trolls don't even show themselves on camera. Like, they're just trolling. They getting thousands of views, not even just with you hearing their voice and a dumb picture or something like that. Like, that's how desperate people are to tear you down. And the reason being is because, like, I don't know if you've ever heard the term, like, let's say there's a woman that's a single mother, okay? She's a single mother. She has, like, I don't know, 3 kids, but her child's father's in jail, dead, or whatever. So if she goes to her dad or something and say, hey, well, Dad, you know, can you give me money for food? You know, me and the kids want this. Or could you give me money so the kids could go on a field trip, blah, blah, blah. If it goes to a friend, they're going to be like, okay, well, this is a single mother. Okay, well, I'm gonna give them food. I'm going to give them this. I'm going to give them that. Okay? So fast forward like a year later, and this person gets something that they see as a bum, that they see as not good for them. Okay? So they're going to be like, okay, well, can you, if they see the woman on Instagram with this bum or whatever, kissing all on them and hugging all, oh yeah, this is my baby, this is my babe. And he don't have a job, he don't have nothing going for him. When she goes to her daddy, her friends, and her people now and be like, yo, with the same problem, you know, I need money for kids for food, or they want to go on a field trip. People are going to be less reluctant to help her. The first thing they're going to say is, don't you have a man? Everybody, and then you're going to have to give a reason as to why you need the money and you have a man. So that's the same thing with your followers. Nobody wants to support a bum. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to, what they feel is a bum, okay? Nobody wants to see you out there with this bad behavior. Like your channel used to be about positivity and having fun and blah blah blah, and you brought all this, and this dude brought all of this to your channel. Like, people have been telling you years ago or whatever, when I was sneaking in and out, that, oh yeah, he cheating, he doing this, blah blah blah. This is why your channel, this is why Paris was able to gain wings. She couldn't gain no wings he or she, whatever, couldn't gain it a few years ago when he did it. You know what I'm saying? So no, and you just make it worse and worse when you have him on your channel. Like, just note, every time you put him on your channel in any type of loving way, a different troll is made. You know what I mean? So that's why nobody, and the viewers, they are your, even though they don't pay you money directly, they are your bosses. Like, they are the parents or the friend that's giving you money. And nobody wants to support, contribute any type of money or any type of their energy to somebody they feel is a bum or a loser. They don't want to do that. And that's what a lot of people feel that Jeremy is. So, I mean, it's a lot to think about, and I'm pretty sure you're going to do whatever you want to do, but just know that this is why this is going on with your channel. So you can sit there and take a gamble and keep having this guy around and putting him on Instagram and blah, 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 blah. But your channel will only get worse and worse. It will not come to a point to where they'll be like, well, you know what? She's been doing this for a year now. We're used to Jeremy. No, it's going to be more Paris Harleys. There are more psychos and stuff like that. More people with failed hair channels that couldn't cut it. You know what I'm saying? Like Paris Harley or whatever. And girl, why did you think that you could do a hair channel anyway, sir, or whatever? You look crazy. Like, you look bad. I don't know if you might be, your wigs look bummish and crazy to me. So it's to the point to where I don't know if they look bummish and crazy to me, or if you look that bad to where you're making the wigs look bad. You know what I mean? So, girl, you crazy for thinking that. Like, and another thing, where is Malibu Dollface? Malibu Dollface does not mess with you, and I'll tell you why. The ghetto, like the audacity, like, girl. Keisha, girl, I forgot to tell you something. Now, if you think that Jeremy was a huge, huge flop to your channel because of his shenanigans, you know what would be an even bigger hit to your channel, an even bigger flop? I'm not saying that this is something that you're thinking about doing, but you know what would really, really take your channel completely out? Is if you were to become friends or any type of way associated with Paris Harley. Like, the remaining followers are going to go. Like, you're going to go from getting 500,000 followers with 30K viewers to damn near, I don't know how many followers, to like 25 viewers, 25 pick-me's. So, because then they're going to really lose the rest of the hope on you, because they'll be like, damn, you gravitate towards people that are not good for you and that cause harm to you. So don't let this crazy thing talk you into nothing, to being in any type of way associated with it at all. Like, don't do that to your channel. Like, it's over with after that. Like, it really is. Is it for real? For real? I'm just saying.